Good morning, everybody. So, hope you will get some idea about the isometric projection chapter, which is the last chapter in your syllabus. Okay, so you see, whatever we have learnt in the orthographic projections, generally, as we have learnt that whatever drawings we are going to prepare for orthographic projection, it consists of true length, true shape, etc. And those drawings are basically required for manufacturing a component. Once the component is ready, now you have to use those components in some assembly or in some pipe layout drawings, etc. So, when you are using those components, the true length or true shape of the component does not matter. What matters is where the component is going to get fixed, where it is going to be, what you can say, applied or something like that. So, in that case, we need what is called as the 3D drawings, or what we call it as the pictorial drawings. So, basically there are three types of pictorial drawings. One is the axonometric projection, another is the oblique projection, and another is the perspective projection. So, whenever we want the 3D diagrams, we go for axonometric or oblique or perspective projection. Now, the first one is with relation to the whatever we are going to study, that is axonometric projection. So, basically remember, in axonometric projection, we are going to take a cube and we are going to place with one of its corners on HP, such that the three mutually perpendicular edges, see, for example, if you imagine this to be a cube, you are going to place it on one of its corners such that these three mutually perpendicular edges are equally inclined to VP, and whatever you are going to project on the VP, that will be called as the isometric projection, right? So, you are going to keep a cube resting with one of its corners on HP such that three mutually perpendicular edges are equally inclined to VP. Then whatever projection we are going to get on the vertical plane, that is called as isometric projection. Now, I told you that you are going to keep the edges equally inclined to VP. So, in lines you have learnt that whenever a line is inclined to VP, in front view it will be foreshortened, it will be in apparent length. So, that is called as isometric length, right? So, for isometric projection, basically you see, right? See, what we have done in orthographic projection, for example, if we take this duster, when you look at from the front view will be drawn here like this. It is a rectangle. When you take the top view, you will get another rectangle here. And when you take the side view, for example, left side view, it will be drawn here on the right profile plane. So, these three views, they are having the true shape or the true length there, right? Now, in pictorial drawing or in isometric projection, what we have to do is, we have to combine all these three views, front view, top view, side view, we must combine together and we have to give a 3D drawing or what is called as the isometric view or isometric projection there. So, you can draw the isometric projection of the same duster in this fashion here. So, this is called as the isometric projection here. So, what we have done here is, see, this is your horizontal and this front view I have drawn it here, and this top view I have drawn it here, and left side view, when you look from here, it can be seen here, and this is your left side view. So, this is called as the isometric projection, right? So, in case of isometric projection, whatever we are going to draw, that will be reduced, that will be foreshortened. And how much it is foreshortened? See, in the KRG textbook, actually derivation is there, but from exam point of view, you need not worry about that. You can just remember that isometric length is equal to 0.816 times the actual length, right? So either with the help of the calculator you can find the actual length, but repeatedly using the calculator, right, is not suggested in engineering drawing, and we are going to use what is called as isometric scale here, right? So what is isometric scale? It's very simple. Just draw a horizontal line here, and at this point O draw a 30-degree line. So this 30-degree line, it is called as isometric scale, and draw another 45-degree line here, right? So this is called as actual scale. So whenever you are drawing this isometric projection, you must take the distances, length or height or breadth, etc., from the orthographic projection, get it converted with the help of the isometric scale, and then draw this isometric projection, right? That is the basic thing what you have to remember. So how you are going to do that is, say for example, if I have this length A dash, B dash, for example, it is 100 mm. If it is 100 mm, with the help of your compass, take this 100 mm length, and this is your actual length there. So, and mark it here on the actual scale, right? So, A dash, B dash, I will mark it here. Then from B dash, drop a perpendicular, right? So, whatever length you are going to get here, this is your A, B. As in development, you must name it capital letters here. So, with the help of compass, take this AB and mark it here. So this is the basic way of converting the actual length into isometric length. So 100 mm is multiplied by 0.816 times, so it will be around 81.6 mm that will be drawn here. So for every problem we have to use this isometric scale and then draw the isometric projection there, right? So to give you some idea, initially I will take before going to that, right? So remember these basic things, right? In case of isometric projection, what you have to remember here, in actual, if a line is vertical, then in isometric it will remain vertical. In actual, if it is horizontal, that line will be converted into an inclined line. So when I say inclined line, it is always fixed, inclined at 30 degrees there, right? Then second is, hidden edges may or may not be shown. Hidden edges may or may not be shown. Okay. Then in case of isometric projection, we try to show as many faces as possible, right? Show as many faces as possible in isometric projection. Okay, and another important point is dimensioning is not done in isometric projection. What I mean by that is, whenever you draw the isometric projection here, right? So here the dimensioning need not be done, right? As you know, it will be multiplied by 0.816 times, so there will be decimals or fractions, so you need not show the dimensioning here. But in orthographic projection, the dimensioning is required there, right? So with this basic background, I will take one simple problem related to the circular lamina, right? So you can see the problem here. Draw the isometric projection of a circular lamina of 60 mm diameter. When it is placed with its surface, first one is vertical and second is horizontal, right? So whenever circular lamina is vertical, it will be like this. So in front view, you will see its true shape. So I have drawn the true shape here, right? That is, draw a circle of 60 mm diameter. Then enclose this circle in a box, right? These are all construction lines, so they must be light line. So please remember, whatever I am drawing in white color, it is all light lines. Whatever I am drawing in color chalk piece, any color it may be, they are dark lines there, right? So I will call this as A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash. And you draw the vertical dia and the horizontal dia. Now you can call these points as 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 and 4 dash there. Okay. So for time being, forget this circular lamina. Think you are having a square lamina here. So how to draw the isometric projection of this square lamina? So first step in isometric problems is you draw the isometric scale here. 30 degree, 45 degree. This is 30 degree. This is 45 degree, right? So you can start either from the bottom left corner or from the bottom right corner. Preferably I will be starting it from the bottom right corner here. So this is your starting point, and naming is always done in capital letters. So I will call it as B. Now you see, how is this line B dash C dash? In actual, the circular lamina or the square lamina, you are holding it like this. This is your A, B, C, D. So BC is a vertical line. Now you have learnt here that vertical will remain vertical there. So draw a vertical line here. Okay. Now what will be its length? Right? Length should always be isometric length there. Right? That is, see, this diameter is 60 mm. So you take this distance, which is 60, B dash, C dash. With the help of your compass, take this B dash, C dash and mark it on the actual scale here. B dash, C dash. Then drop a perpendicular. Now this will be your reduced length B and C. So with the help of your compass, take this capital BC length and mark it here. So this BC is your isometric length there, right? Hope it is clear. Now take this line A dash, B dash. Now you can say that the square lamina, you have kept it like this. So this is your BA. So it is, in actual, it is horizontal. So horizontal will become an inclined line there. So inclined at what angle? It is always standard angle 30 degrees here. Okay. So now take this A dash, B dash distance with the help of your compass and mark it here, right? So it will be the same distance A dash, B dash. Now drop a perpendicular. This will be your A and B. So take this AB and mark it here. Okay. Then you see this line A dash, D dash, it is parallel to this B dash, C dash. So it has to be vertical like this. You will get D. So once you get this D, you just connect it here. So this is the isometric projection of your square lamina there first. Okay. So you must draw it in light lines, and all these lengths are in isometric length there. So now how to get the isometric projection of this circular lamina? Remember, circular lamina will always be seen as an ellipse in the isometric projection. So how to get that ellipse? There are different methods there. One method is 4 centers method, right? One method is 4 centers method. And Another method is method of points, right? So there are two methods. So we will be following this first method, that is 4 centers method, right? Even though it is not so accurate, but it is faster and you can easily do it here. So what you do now is you draw the diagonals of this square lamina here. Okay. Then you mark these midpoints on that particular or respective lines here. See, for example, I want to mark the midpoint of this here. So you take this a dash 1 dash distance and mark it here, a dash 1 dash. Then drop a perpendicular. So you will have a1 distance here. Now take this a1 distance and mark it here. So this will be your 1. At the same time, you can also finish this 4. Similarly, from here, from the point C, you can mark this point, that is 3, and you can also mark this point, that is 2. So effectively you are marking the midpoints 1, 2, 3, 4, right, which are isometric length of A1 here, which we have converted, right. So once you convert this, now you see we have to draw the ellipse. So what is the first step? You find out, see, this is the general procedure. I am telling you whether the lamina is vertical or horizontal. The procedure what I am explaining is in general here. So find out which is the shorter diagonal. AC will be the shorter diagonal. So with one end of the shorter diagonal as center, that is A, opposite midpoints. Opposite midpoints are 2 and 3. Draw the first arc. Okay. So I'll write it here. This is center, this is radius, this is your arc. So take A as center, then A2, which will be equal to A3, draw the arc 2, 3. This is the first thing. Now shift the center to the other end of the shorter diagonal. So C is the other end of the shorter diagonal. So take C as the center, C1, which is equal to C4, draw the arc 1, 4. With C center, C1 or C4, draw the next curve, arc, right. Now next we have to draw another 2 arcs here. So how to do that? Now for time being, concentrate on this triangle ABC. To this end of the shorter diagonal, opposite midpoint is 2. So connect A2. Then other end of the shorter diagonal is C. Opposite midpoint is 1. So connect C1. Now you will get one more center here. O1 we can call it. So take O1 center. Now O1 1, which is equal to O1 2. Draw the arc 1, 2. Okay. So with O1 center, O1 1 or O1 2, draw the next curve here. Similarly, forget this triangle, take this triangle now, ADC, right. To this end of the shorter diagonal, opposite midpoint is 3. So connect A3. To the other end, C, opposite midpoint is 4. So connect C4. Now you will get another center, call it as O2. So now with O2 center, O2 3, which is equal to O2 4, draw the arc 3, 4. Okay. So this is your curve here. So I'll repeat the procedure. With one end of the shorter diagonal A as center, A2 or A3, draw the first arc. With other end of the shorter diagonal, that is C as center, take C1 or C4 radius and draw the second arc. Then one end of the shorter diagonal A is connected to opposite midpoint 2 and C is connected to opposite midpoint 1. So you will get this center O1. So O1 2 or O1 1, you draw this curve. Similarly, connect A to the opposite midpoint 3 and C to the opposite midpoint 4, you will get another center O2. With O2 center, O2 3 or O2 4, draw this ellipse or this part of the ellipse there. So this is the isometric projection of a circular lamina when the lamina is vertical there. So how many centers we are using here? We are using 4 centers. Hence the method is called as 4 centers method there. Hope it is clear. Okay. So now you take the second problem when the circular lamina is horizontal, right? So generally in the regular class, first we will be teaching the polygons, right, like triangle, square, pentagon, etc. But since there is not much time here, right, I have just taken directly the circular lamina. So take the second one, that is horizontal. So when the circular lamina is horizontal, you will get its true shape in the top view. So first draw the top view there. Draw a circle of 60 mm diameter. Then you draw its horizontal dia, as usual vertical dia, and enclose this in a box. Okay. So now since it is top view, naming must be done as small letters without any dash, A, B, C and D, and this is your 1, 2, 3 and 4, the midpoints of the square lamina. Okay. So now as usual, first you draw the isometric scale. This is the common procedure for isometric scale, right? Whatever length you take, first take it in the isometric scale, get it converted, and then draw the isometric projection here, right? So again, I'll be starting from this corner, that is lower bottom corner B here. So now you see this line BC, right? It is a horizontal line here, right? See, this is your circular lamina now. A, B, C, D, right? Or just a minute. So this is your A, B, C and D. So now you see this line BC, right? So this line BC, it is horizontal, or one second, A, B, C, D. So this line BC, it is horizontal line. Now you know that horizontal will be converted into incline. So you draw a 30 degrees line here. Okay. Then you take this distance AB, mark it here on the actual scale, AB, drop a perpendicular and get this isometric length AB, right? Sorry, one second. It is your BC. B and C. So take this length BC and mark it here. And whatever extra thing is there, remove it. Now you take this line AB, right? So this is also horizontal line. Okay. So as you can observe here, this is your A, B, C, D. So BC is horizontal and AB is also horizontal there. So AB is also horizontal, so that will also be converted into inclined line here. So again you take an inclined line of 30 degrees there. Okay. So what will be its length? You take this length AB, which is same as BC. So you mark it here, AB. Drop a perpendicular, you will get this AB here. It will be the same distance. So take this AB and mark it here and remove this extra portion. Okay. So now you take this line AD, right? This AD is parallel to BC. So with the help of your drafter, draw this parallel line there. And you know this length AD, which will be same as BC. So you can mark the point D here. And you can complete this isometric projection of the square lamina there. Okay. So if you want, I'll just repeat it. Start from the bottom right corner B. BC is horizontal. So it will become inclined line and length is isometric length. AB is also horizontal. So it will become inclined and take the isometric length from there and complete it. Then AD is again parallel to BC. So to this BC you draw a parallel line, get the length from there and mark it. You complete the isometric projection of this square lamina. Now, as we have done in the previous problem, draw the horizontal dia and draw the vertical dia light lines. Then you have to mark these midpoints. Take this distance A1 and mark it here. A1, drop a perpendicular. You will have this A1 distance. Take this small distance and mark 1 here. At the same time, you can finish off 4 also. Similarly, from 3, from C, you can finish this 3 and 2. Okay. So now, in this, observe which is the shorter diagonal. BD is the shorter diagonal when compared to the length of the AC, right? So, same procedure you follow. Take one end of the shorter diagonal as center, that is B is the center now, and opposite midpoints B3 equal to B4, draw the arc 3, 4, right? So this is your center, this is your radius, and this is your arc here, right? So with B center, with the help of your compass, draw the arc 3, 4. Now, take the other end of the shorter diagonal, that is D as center, and opposite midpoints are D1 equal to D2. Draw the arc 1, 2. Draw the arc 1, 2. Okay. Then you forget this part and consider this triangle now, BCD, right? So to this B, opposite midpoint is 3, connect it. To this D, opposite midpoint is 2, connect it. Now you will get a new center, call it as O1. So with O1 center, O1 2 or O1 3, draw the arc 2, 3. With O1 center, O1 2 or O1 3, draw this arc. Then repeat the same thing for this triangle ABD. To this end of the shorter diagonal B, 4 is the opposite midpoint. To the other end D, 1 is the opposite midpoint. So you will get a new center here, call it as O2. So now with O2 center, O2 1 equal to O2 4, draw the arc 1, 4. With O2 center, O2 1 or O2 4, draw this arc there. So this is the method for drawing the isometric projection of a circular lamina when the lamina is horizontal. So basically what you remember is, whenever the lamina is vertical like this, right? Vertical line in actual is vertical and horizontal is horizontal. So vertical will be converted, will remain vertical, and horizontal will be converted to inclined line. If it is top view, in actual all the lines are horizontal, right? See, for example, this BC on the board it may look vertical, but in actual it is horizontal. So BC will become inclined. Then AB is also horizontal, AB, right? So that will also become inclined. So this basic thing you remember and try to solve the problem.